Okay, this is episode 6 of The Alternative Future of the World. We're gonna, I guess, start in Oceania. Let's, I did not mean to open Minecraft there. Let's, fill in some of these islands first. What is it? What is this other color? It's not really on this selection there. Okay. So we're going to have the Philippines join this, the Western Alliance. I did not mean to color the entire ocean there. And only some of these small islands. I mean, it's all included within the Philippines. I just can't color everything. Okay, then we have Borneo attacking Brunei. Brunei basically has no protection here. They just get absorbed into Borneo here. Then we have the CSTO sends somebody into Borneo to basically not overthrow the government, just to have a CSTO leaning person. I guess overthrow the government, kind of. And then, obviously after that, they join the CSTO. Now, Sulawesi here is going to join this Western Alliance. Sulawesi and these islands. Now, Australia is going to go after these islands. And, I mean, they basically have no competition here. They even, well, I can't say they managed to take those islands because but they do manage to take quite a bit here. Basically all these islands. They managed to take East Timor, or it's technically Timor now. Just an independent country. But now it's all part of Australia. This is all part of Australia. They took it. They managed to take it. And Java joins the Western Alliance. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. This is Java and Bali. Now we have Pakistan annexing Afghanistan, basically. Basically just annex it. Annex it. They it's not like joining, they just take it over and stuff. So there's no longer this border down here. It's just all under Pakistan's control now. Now, yeah, we're gonna say the Baltic states make a union, even though they do speak different languages, you know. Okay, I guess fill that in. They all form a union. Actually, I have something better. We're gonna have Latvia and Lithuania form a union, and they're gonna join with this huge country here. And Estonia is gonna join Finland and probably build like some highway. There might already be highways and stuff built over here already. Okay, now we have an independence movement, and okay, before we start that, we got to show that these are the same. That, and that. Let's not do that. Let's do this. So, those two are the same. That's all the same. I think the war, like a new war, will start over Kaliningrad here, probably, or the Baltic nations, or over here. Could start a war anywhere. Basically, anywhere along these fronts could start a war. Israel could very well start a war, a major war where everyone's fighting. Okay, Sri Lanka, they joined the blue team. Not that team, the Western Alliance. Now, New Guinea joins the Western Alliance. So does the Solomon Islands here. which joined with Bougainville, which is here, right there. That's Bougainville. Vanuatu's joining the Western Alliance. I mean, they probably get help. Anyway, if I haven't said this already, New Caledonia basically declares its independence from France. As soon as they do that, they are promptly invaded by, guess who? Australia. So Australia invades them, basically. Let's see if we can still do the airbrush thing. So Australia invades them. That was terrible. Australia invades them, basically takes over the main island, and then they surrender, basically. I mean, pretty simple for the Australians there. Okay. Well, before we do that, the Australians also get into Vanuatu and invade that island. They invade the main island. I think that's the main island. And then I guess Vanuatu surrenders. They have nothing. They have no way to fight against that. I think that's Vanuatu too. That's black. I want blue. There we go. So we're just going to assume that's for Vanuatu there. Vanuatu and New Caledonia are now Australian. I don't think Australia wants this because there's so many different languages and cultures here. Okay, and then Fiji joins, well, before they join the Western Alliance, they actually get invaded by New Zealand, of all people. So New Zealand invades them. Just invades them. Takes over all the islands. I think Suva's the capital, or something like that. So yeah, they basically just take them over and capitulate them. I think I used that word correctly. Basically just take them over. And they take all these islands too. Take all those islands. And then a bold move. Australia and New Zealand decide to unite. Yes, I'm serious. Oh fuck. They literally unite. You're about to see why I'm doing this in a second. So they unite. And guess who else unites? Well, before we do that, let's erase this line because it's all the same country. Guess who else unites? So Australia and New Zealand, they unite into like this big Western Oceanian country here. Includes these islands here. But not these ones. These ones remain independent. But they're allies because they joined the Western Alliance. These small islands, they're basically non-existent almost. So we go over to North America here. And Canada and the United States fuse together under the United States' control, obviously. Okay, so it's all just the U.S. now. So there's no longer any distinction between Canada and Alaska. It's all just one nation under freedom. I don't know. Something like that. Fuck. Okay, fill that in. And then there we go. We have the U.S., the new United Super America. One big ginormous alliance here. We have also another unification happening in the Caribbean. So you know how Venezuela took all those islands. Well, we're going to have something similar. So we have the unification of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. They unite together, mostly under the Dominican Republic's rule. Basically, I wouldn't say Dominican Republic takes over Haiti, because there's still some Haitian principles there. And then they join the Western Alliance. Now, promptly, Colombia starts a war in Peru. It actually starts a war on two different fronts. Let me show you. It starts it on Panama and on Peru. So Panama and Peru. Not on Ecuador, though. I think it's probably chill with Ecuador. But it wants more land down here. So we have them invading. What's the right way to do this? That's not what I wanted to do. So they start invading Peru. They get down here. They start invading. Now Peru has a counter strike in the middle area right here. Peru's pushing back. That's the wrong one. They start pushing back like this in the middle, but they get quickly overwhelmed by Colombia. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. Colombia, that's the wrong tool. They get overpowered by Colombia. Colombia just starts taking over and then surrounds this front in Peru and captures it. Pushes up here in Peru, captures it, and then Peru surrenders. So now we have the peace treaty. We have the peace treaty. I'm not sure what this is part of. Let me fix this. I'm just going to say that's all something here. That's the wrong thing, is it not? Okay. So that's all Venezuela. But yeah, Colombia, there's a peace treaty. There's a peace treaty. The borders are drawn roughly like this. And then this is all given to Colombia. Now, something interesting is about to happen. Something very interesting is about to happen. Well, actually, yeah. We got to finish the war in Panama. Colombia decides to attack Panama as well. I could have done those at the same time, but whatever, it doesn't matter. They attack Panama, so Panama, I think, has like no chance here. So Colombia starts invading Panama. Panama's overwhelmed. He keeps fighting back, you know. There's occasional fighting like this, trying to get back, but Colombia just overwhelms them. You know, you have some fighting. A lot of fighting going on. But then Colombia eventually just captures so much of Panama, and then Panama surrenders. So we go back. I know it might take a while. Yeah, see, this is why I don't color in. This is why I don't color in. So yeah, the peace treaty, I know, it went so far back that it just is stuck like this. So the peace treaty is going to look something like this. And you know, there is a way to fix this. You just do this. You have to pick white. There we go. What you have to do, I know it's kind of stupid, but in this scenario, you would kind of just roughly do this. And then you can color it in white with this. Yeah, that should work. Alright. So there's the new border. I should probably stop coloring that in. I think that's why I stopped coloring it in. Like, that's why the beginning of this video was more just like, imagine that they're invading them. Okay, and Colombia joins the Western Alliance. That's not what I wanted to do. The Western Alliance. Okay. So does Ecuador, I guess. I know it just spilled in, but I think I was going to make them part of the Western Alliance anyway. Because they have quite friendly relations with Colombia. In this version, they do. I don't know if they do in real life. They might. But yeah. What? I just colored that in. Okay, let's not do that. Does it not work on black? There we go. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so this color, we're gonna... Oh, that's cool. I find that cool. I just changed the color. What the fuck? Is it not like this? Look, so you see how this second color is blue, right? When I click white there, it doesn't do anything. Whatever. I can do it with the left click, but not the right. That's strange. But then I right click and it has blue. Okay. So, yeah. This is what it looks like right now. And you know what this leads Peru to do, right? They're going to join the CSTO. At this point, the CSTO is like a global alliance. Not just the majority of Asia. It's just like a global alliance. I gotta think about what to do next a little bit. Oh yeah, we're gonna have Costa Rica and Panama. We're gonna have them unite. Actually, before that, we're gonna have. So we have. We have Colombia invading Jamaica. Not that big. Invade Jamaica, take over the island, and I guess Jamaica has like no. Let's see if I can do this. Has like no chance. So to get capitulated or whatever that means. I mean, oh yeah, they definitely get capitulated. Or they capitulate. I think that's how you would say it. It's a verb. So there you go. It's part of Colombia now. Colombia, Panama, Peru, whatever this new nation is. It's basically under the Colombian government, so it's Colombia. But they've got a English-speaking island. Oh yeah, Panama and Costa Rica unite. But that's blue. So unite together. And guess who they join? The CSTO. That's not the CSTO. Not the entire ocean. Just Panama and Costa Rica. Okay. Now Guatemala and Belize. We're gonna have a war, okay? So Mexico decides to invade. They join the CSTO, or not the CSTO, the Western Alliance, and they decide to invade. I can't just change that to white, I guess. So they decide to invade Guatemala. They invade Guatemala. They basically take it over. I mean, they have almost no resistance. There's some resistance. I did that wrong. They have almost no resistance. Let's start that over. They almost have no resistance. They have a little bit of resistance. Like, let's show that. I guess you got to do right click. Yeah. They have a little bit of resistance. They're able to kick back a little bit. But then Mexico continues. Nothing happened. Some more resistance. They keep pushing back. You know, obviously he's not going to resist. They keep pushing back. I did not mean to do that. They cut off them from the rest. Hit the coast here. They keep pushing in. And Guatemala surrenders. Don't save that. I bet you I've done it too many times. Yeah, no, I haven't. So let's look at this peace treaty here. We have a new dividing line. Which goes about to here and up to here. And it's filled in most of this with Mexico. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do that. Okay. Oh yeah, and then this Guatemala, whatever's left of crippled Guatemala is joins the CSTO, or not the CSTO, the Western Alliance. So now we have a completely a completely decided world that has joined some sort of alliance. Now, despite Bangladesh decides to join the CSTO. So we have basically the abolition of this weird alliance here, and Laos joins the CSTO as well. So I mean, so we have the perfect stage for a major conflict. We have quite a bit of influence of CSTO in the Americas. It might be completely kicked out, you never know. Western Alliance and Nigeria, for some reason. Let's have them join the Central African Union instead of the Western Alliance. Basically, none of Africa wants to have to do with this war. Okay, we have a little bit going on in Africa. We have Guinea and Sierra Leone. They unite into one country. Not that color. This color. Liberia was already colored, so you can see here there's a little space. And then we have Liberia and Ivory Coast uniting as well. That's not the right color. There we go. And we have a few weird things happening, okay? You're going to find this weird. But Togo joins Ghana under Ghana's rule. So basically it's annexed by Ghana. Or maybe they willingly join Ghana under Ghana's rule. Just so they can have some, I don't know, more resources or something. This is way in the future, so there could be, basically anything could happen. And Benin gets annexed by northern Nigeria, or joins it willingly. Because, I mean, they have the coastline. They don't have to submit to northern Nigeria, but they join them willingly. So we have a more pleasant looking thing, Western Africa. Then we have Senegal annexing Guinea-Bissau. Basically taking it over. But I guess diplomatically, or by overthrowing the government or something. Making it pro-Senegalese and then joining the Senegal. So we have a weird looking Africa. And then we have another fusion. Actually, we're going to have a major war in Africa over this little strip of land here. So we all know that this is an important strip of land, maybe, apparently. But we're going to say that it declares this independence. Okay? It declares this independence and joins with Congo here. So you can color it like this. And then what you can do is do this. And then that. So now we have a slightly more impressive Congo. And then Gabon also joins Congo. God damn it. Okay, fill that in. And there we go. We could do it peacefully. We don't have to do that. Okay, so we have Mozambique basically collapsing into into three actually. Here's how it collapses. There's this part that collapses off, and then this part. And they leave. Oh, there's no more white on the map. Fuck. Wait, I think there's some there. Yeah. So they basically leave the Union. Okay. This part of South Africa takes over Eswatini. Yeah, I think that should be still part, because that's where the capital of Mozambique is right around here. So we're gonna say Mozambique takes over, or no, South Africa takes over. Eswatini basically annexes it, forces them to join, I think is what I mean by that word. With an ultimatum or something, I don't know. Then we have Zimbabwe taking over this part of Mozambique. They actually invade, because, you know, they don't want to be part of Zimbabwe, but they invade. They keep invading. Damn it. They invade. They invade. They keep invading. Mozambique basically has nothing anymore, or this part of Mozambique. This is, I don't know, New Mozambique. This should be Mozambique. This will be Western Mozambique, and this will be Eastern Mozambique. So Zimbabwe is currently invading Western Mozambique. And then once Zimbabwe takes over Western Mozambique here, we have the surrender of Mozambique, or Western Mozambique. So we see the peace treaty here, drawn along, you know, lines that were actually captured. Except Zimbabwe gets to decide a little bit more, because, you know, Mozambique didn't, you know, doesn't really have any say here. They're like completely crippled from being collapsed, you know. So Zimbabwe thought, oh, this is my chance to take advantage of them. So, you know, Zimbabwe's not on the high ground right now. Holy crap, dude. Just colored in. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, Zimbabwe's not on the high ground. they are not necessarily the best morally. I don't know what I mean. But yeah, then we have this part of Malawi, this part of Mozambique joining with Malawi under Malawi's control. I mean, they have basically no say. They just have to have some sort of way to survive. And then we have Western Mozambique. I guess rejoining this alliance here. But they don't want to join with the other part of Mozambique here. Because that's why they collapsed in the first place. This part of Mozambique, oh, they actually get a little bit of sea access here. Zimbabwe does. Alright, we have an independence movement. I think this is a real life independence movement right now of this part of Namibia. They technically, oh my goodness, they leave this alliance, join with Botswana. They don't want to be part of Namibia anymore. But they'd also, well, I guess in this timeline they don't want to be independent either. They want to join Botswana. But in real life they want independence. Oh yeah, we also have another independence movement, which is this part of the DRC. Declares its independence, and that's it. And they're independent now. Except this part of the DRC declares its independence from them and joins Zambia. Because, I mean, they're basically completely surrounded by Zambia. I wonder if this works. Or is it since the line is black, it doesn't work? Yeah, it doesn't work. Whatever, we can draw a line here. Yep. Good enough. And then this part of the DRC declares independence. There probably might be a war between the DRC and Angola, maybe. Or maybe that'll be for a future video. But since it wouldn't be an annexation, if it would be an actual war, then the DRC might just leave this union first and then do it. Or be kicked out. I mean, they could do that too. So we have Comoros. No, never mind. We have... That's West Africa. Okay, we have... That's a mega... Oh my god, there's actually like Christians here in Benin. And northern Nigeria is mostly Muslim. Whatever. Okay, we have the collapse of Libya. Libya collapses, you know. They just collapse. We have like a middle, or a left part, a middle, and then a... Oh, shit. And then a eastern. Okay. They collapse, so then I guess they would leave the alliance, technically. This part joins Tunisia. Or is taken over by Tunisia. That would be more interesting. Let's do that. I definitely didn't do that right. So it's taken over by Tunisia. It's taken over, like, all the way over here. Libya is just collapsed. I mean, they got nothing. And then they surrender once they capture that. Alright, now we look at the peace treaty. Let's make this white. Look at the peace treaty. Tunisia takes some stuff. God damn it. Tunisia takes some stuff. Not the sea, though. So they take some stuff. Let's see where the border actually is drawn. They take a little bit more land than they actually got. So they start a little down here, somewhere around here. Then they get all this. Right? And this all becomes Tunisian. No, Joe. This. There we go. All becomes Tunisian. Now Libya is just in pieces. They're just going to remain in pieces for a while. Let's just keep them like that. Now we have Senegal leaving the Western Union because they feel like it. They just feel like it. And we have Nigeria leaving the Central Union, even though they just joined. They made up their mind that they don't actually want to be part of anybody. And we have Qatar leaving the Arabian Union. Okay. Now, Cape Verde has no direct contact with the Western Union, and they're an island. So we're going to say they leave too, and not color the ocean gray. I'm going to say they leave too. Would you just make this white, please? Yeah, they leave. They're like, we want to be independent. Actually, they were part of Senegal, right? Yeah. Let's just say, even if they weren't, let's just say they were, because I'm pretty sure they were already part of Senegal. Senegal takes them over anyway. Even if they weren't, they take them over. You know, blah, blah, blah. No resistance. They take them over. I think I know exactly where World War III will happen. Exactly. I'm not going to spoil it, though, even though I might have already spoiled it. It could be anywhere. Anywhere. Or anywhere. Or anywhere. This is where it happened in World War I, I think. Around here. Or around here. I don't remember where. But yeah. 48 minutes, damn. Alright, we have set the stage for, I guess not World War III. Well, it would be World War III. Okay. So we're going to start this war with one little thing. So Israel has taken some troops to this part of Turkey or something like that, and they get shot down by Jordan troops or something. They get just surrounded and killed, and this definitely infuriates Israel and the entire Western Union. So, and it was the CSTO that did it via Jordan. So, you know, this just casually starts World War III. Yeah. So Israel and Jordan start getting mad at each other. Very mad. And they start fighting each other. Israel is much stronger than Jordan at this point. They start to invade into Jordan. Oh yeah, it's best to do this one pixel at a time, actually. They start invading into Jordan. They do pretty well. Actually, very well. They're mostly focusing up here where Jordan has Syria. You see that Israel has a plan here to cut off Jordan from the sea. Now, Jordan has another plan themselves, and that's to fight Israel over here. Fight Israel over here for some sea access. They can make a little bit of progress over here. And this is where most of their troops are, is down here. They start fighting and all that stuff. Now, obviously, the whole community of, the entire world is like, no, stop. You don't know what you're doing. And, this is just like basically the start of World War III. So, yeah. Also, another thing that happens is that while that's happening, the Belarus really wants to connect to Kaliningrad. So they just start attacking, whatchamacallit. They start attacking Lithuania and Latvia. Like this. They start invading quite a bit. Or a little bit at a time, I guess. They start invading, all that. Start invading. I mean, they could probably use really powerful nukes at this point, but they kind of don't want to, so. So we have them invading. I should take a break once in a while, so I don't have to fucking redo everything. So they start invading. They really want to push through. Actually, yeah, their main goal was to push through here. Push through here. I mean, we do have some resistance over here. Not necessarily resistance, just a counter strike, basically. Over here in this part of Belarus. They start cutting in. They start cutting in like this into Belarus with their soldiers and troops and tanks and all sorts of crap. They start cutting in like this. And all the while this is happening, Belarus is frantically trying to get to Kaliningrad. And they succeed, just barely. And they're fighting back. They're fighting back. So is Poland. Poland's fighting back to try to break them up. Like this. And there's some counter fighting here. Over here in Belarus. And it basically reaches a stalemate here. To continue back down to Israel and Jordan, we have Israel basically pushing into Jordan like this. They also get into here a little bit. They get into here and into here. And they cut off quite a bit of sea access here from Jordan. They basically go around the coast and completely cut off Jordan from the sea up here, the Mediterranean Sea. I did not mean to do that. I meant to go back and save. There we go. So they basically cut them off. Push up here, like that. And then they focus mostly down here to cut Jordan off of the sea completely. And they succeed. Not like that, though. Like this. Where they don't mess up the sea borders. They cut them off from the sea and push back. And Jordan surrenders. Although it's a war, I mean, it doesn't matter. They can still surrender. Surrender and leave the CSTO by definition. Let's see if this will work. Wait, I want to see if it works. It does work, yeah. Okay, Israel's pretty happy with this. Oh, but what Jordan can do, even though they can't rejoin the CSTO right now, because, you know, Israel would just keep attacking them, is they join the Arab League. They join the Arab League. So yeah, let's. We're not going to drop the borders yet. We're going to. Actually, we'll drop the borders because this is basically the end of the conflict with Israel. Can I make this green? Yes, I can. Okay, so yeah, Israel's pretty happy with that. But you know what the world is not happy with is a war happening in Kaliningrad, basically. So we got a pushback here from Poland. We also have a pushback here from Romania into, what you might call it, Ukraine. And they don't like this at all. So they start pushing back themselves to try to cut off Romania from the sea. That is their goal. And also to get that part of Romania, or that part of Ukraine back that was historically part of Ukraine. So they push back here, like this. They push back. And what? What in the hell? And they fight. They fight to the death, killing millions. And there's some pushback too. Why does that look gray? I don't understand. That's the wrong red. That's why. You want this red. Okay, what the hell? Okay. So you want, yeah, so they start pushing down. This is their main focus, is trying to cut off Romania from the sea and from rivers and stuff. They can't cut them off from rivers, but they can cut them off from the Black Sea. That's why this strait here is controlled by a Western country. That's pretty important. But yeah, you keep seeing fighting going on. Romania's pushing into Ukraine, and they're succeeding a little bit. But they get pushed back from Ukraine with these forces. So they get some pushback, especially over here. Especially over here, not there. But over here, they get some pushback. And Ukraine captures this. So then we have another war starting in, a problem area. So we have the CSTO starting to push into Bosnia and Herzegovina. They cut off the rest of Bosnia from the rest of itself, and it surrenders. Okay. So you see the surrender of that part of Bosnia, and it basically gets capitulated, or it gets annexed into the CSTO. They would just take that. And we also have the north here pushing into Croatia right here. This is what happened in the Yugoslav wars, I think. So they start pushing in to Croatia. And Croatia has a counter here. They start pushing into this CSTO-controlled Bosnia. They start pushing in. And now, while this is happening, Serbia is pushing into the northern part of Kosovo. And they capture that. But they're mostly interested in, not necessarily Montenegro, but Bosnia. So they start invading Bosnia again. So they're invading Bosnia. Accidentally invading a little bit of Montenegro is fine. And by accident, I mean on purpose. Because they don't care. So they start invading Bosnia. Bosnia basically surrenders. And leaves the Western Alliance. Well, this is happening. Bulgaria. Okay, let me not do this. Bulgaria starts pushing into Serbia, cutting them off from the rest of Serbia. This southern part, they cut off from the rest of Serbia. And then, North Macedonia gets a little bit of that too. Let me draw this correctly. North Macedonia gets a little bit of that. They want to stay roughly neutral, though. And then now we have frickin' Serbia and Bulgaria fighting each other because Serbia wants this back. And all of this, they want back. They start fighting. Bulgaria pushes back, though. They are not having it. They're not having it. Now, this mess you see here, we're going to fix that a little bit. Because we have Serbia pushing through here. Serbia pushing through here, claiming more coast. Basically taking control of the Bosnia that already surrendered and left the Western Alliance. And Western Alliance is not just going to let this slide. So they're going to start attacking. They start capitulating Bosnia and taking it over before Serbia can. Right? They meet on a front, basically. They meet on a front like this. And then they just start fighting each other because they hate each other. They start killing each other, taking control of this. They start taking control of this, like this. Then Serbia starts taking more control of Croatia, like this, taking control of that, and that. Okay, and then it reaches a stalemate there. Now back up in here, we have Russia / Belarus pushing into Kaliningrad. They start pushing into Poland a little bit and into Lithuania / Latvia. They want to distance themselves. They want to put all their troops into here just to distance themselves. And then they start taking up here in Poland. Now we have them fighting back, obviously. Pushing down through here. And they do pretty well. Up until a point, they push out through here. All through here. And then through here. And they push through here. And over here. Now we have, oh yeah, the one, Romania as well. They start pushing back a little bit over here. Pushing through. Not that. This. Not that either. Not that. They start pushing through wildly. Pushing through, taking over the land, all that stuff. All the war crimes and stuff happening. You know, the basics. No nukes yet. Alright, then we have a stalemate. It's reached. Because everyone's tired of fighting and they just want to stop. So then they agree on what do they agree on? They agree on a peace treaty, basically, to stop fighting. And so that we don't have to use nukes, because we don't want to destroy each other. Oh, actually, before that happens, there's, before that happens, there's some more wars, actually. I completely forgot about the Caucasus. So yeah, we have Russia pushing into Georgia, cutting them off, taking away most of their sea access here. We just have this. This is just making the Western Alliance more angry. But, you know, Russia don't care. Their goal is to meet up with this part of Turkey here. So they start pushing through. We get some resistance from Georgia. They start pushing into Russia like this. Like this. And they start pushing back as well. But it's no match for Russia. Russia just pushes through like this. And they just go for the coast mostly. Like this. Go for the coast. Pushing through. Fighting, war crimes, blah, blah, blah. You know, same story. And Turkey wants to meet up with them, so they start, or Eastern Turkey, CSTO Turkey, wants to meet up with them, so they start pushing into Georgia as well. Like this. But not like that. They start pushing into Georgia. They start pushing into Georgia. And then they meet up with the Russian troops. They start taking over more of Georgia. So much of it, cutting it off from the sea access, and then Georgia surrenders and leaves the CSTO. Or not the CSTO, the Western Alliance. They leave. Now, there's also another alliance here, Iran, or not another alliance, another fight. Iran wants their lands back from forever ago. So they start attacking Azerbaijan. They do pretty well, actually. They start attacking them. But Azerbaijan predicted this. And they have a lot of troops down here already. And they start taking from Iran. Like this. They start taking from Iran. They start pushing down here. Oh my god, dude. They start taking from Iran, like I said, all the way down here. But not like that. You know, not like that or that. Like this. And they start taking from Iran all these lands. Okay, Iran pushes back a little bit, you know. They're not going to let this happen. They start pushing back a little bit. They manage to take some of it, but they got so many troops here in Azerbaijan. So, but there's also another line here in Iran that wants to take over what they lost from Azerbaijan. They're pretty successful with this. But they're also met with some resistance in these middle grounds here. But Iran successfully captures quite a bit of land up here in the north, like this. Like this, and like that, and like that, and like that. And then they agree to a ceasefire. This is when they agree to a ceasefire, as well as Romania and Ukraine agreeing to a ceasefire. Serbia and Bosnia, Montenegro, Kosovo, Bulgaria agreeing to a ceasefire. Lithuania, Latvia, and Belarus and Russia and Poland and Western Ukraine and all these places agreeing to a ceasefire. Now we have the borders. They're drawn up because of a peace treaty. Because of a peace treaty. So they're drawn very carefully, not to piss off either side too much. They're actually drawn pretty much exactly at the level of control that they had. They're drawn exactly. Mostly in the favor of the CSTO, though. But then the CSTO actually, oh yeah, like I said, mostly in the favor of the CSTO. They get a little bit more of Lithuania and Latvia, though. There, a little bit more than they controlled. They fought up here quite a bit. But yeah, there you go. Okay, that's what the border looks like now. Now we have the border here. Yeah, this is basically the end of World War III, I guess. There was no nukes. Nothing much happening. Nothing much happening. That's what it looks like now. The Bulgaria-Serbia border looks like this. let's see, in Bulgaria's favor. Mostly. Not perfectly, though. As you can see, not perfectly. And then mostly in favor of Kosovo and Albania here. And over here, Serbia manages to keep what they kept there. Over here, a little bit's given back. And over here, it's just drawn roughly where the control areas were. Roughly. And over here, Georgia becomes, or gets to stay, a independent nation, right? However, they are now part of the CSTO, as you would expect by now. So they join, not willingly, but they're forced to join the CSTO. Oh yeah, I forgot the border here. There's basically like a line here, roughly in the middle where Eastern Turkey and Russia meet. Basically a straight line. Actually, let's not make it a straight line, because I'm pretty sure it's not a straight line that you can draw there in real life. And then we have this part. So we're just going to say this part here is part of Iraq. It might not be, but whatever. We're just going to say that it is. So we can have solid borders here. Okay, we have okay, now we have I think that was it. No, Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan and Iran also agreed to ceasefire as well. They get to keep their control areas. Roughly though. Like not completely. Iran got a little bit there in the north, and Azerbaijan got a little bit there in the middle, and what they already claimed as well, or what they already captured. And then, yeah, that's basically World War III. It's mostly in Europe and Asia. Okay, so we have a few things happening. Before that happens, we have a few unifications happening again, and a few people leaving the CSTO because they basically started a war. Or no, wait, it was Israel. No, Jordan did technically. Okay, so we have a few things happening. We have a few people leaving the CSTO, mostly Arab countries. So we have Syria leaving, Iraq leaving, and Kuwait leaving. I mean, they could leave now. I mean, whatever. And then we have some South American countries leaving the CSTO as well. Argentina leaves. Oh my goodness. So Argentina leaves. But they choose to stay neutral for now. And also the Central that central part also leaves. They just stay neutral as well. And Uruguay leaves. Why not? Okay, that's about it. Actually, no, we're gonna make Costa Rica and Panama leave the CSTO as well, even though they just joined. We have a few more things happening. We have someone joining. Eastern Libya joining. No, not the CSTO, but we have Eastern Libya joining the North African Union or whatever, and Middle Libya joining. But this part of Libya just decides to remain neutral. We also have one country leaving, or actually 2 countries leaving this Western Union, or Southern Union. Actually, it might just be more. It might be more than 2 countries, 3 countries, 4 countries, something like that. We have a few leaving. So, Southern Union, a few leave. We have Angola leaves, Zambia leaves, Zimbabwe leaves, and Malawi leaves. Okay. Did I have Western Serbia, whatever, drawn? Yes, I did. This is basically where the Serb majorities are, roughly. They've also got some other stuff, though. Okay, we have Switzerland leaving the Western Alliance, Slovenia leaving the Western Alliance, Czechia leaving the Western Alliance, Hungary leaving the Western Alliance, Montenegro leaving the Western Alliance. Actually, no, they want to stay because of Serbia. Macedonia leaving the Western Alliance. Malta's part of Italy. We also have Sweden leaving the Western Alliance. I know that's weird, but they just leave. And so does Denmark. Denmark does not want to be part of this. They're neutral in this timeline, I guess. I'm not sure if that's Germany or Denmark, whatever. We're going to say it's Denmark in this timeline. Okay. So we have a more neutral world. More neutral world. Actually, Bangladesh leaves. I know they just joined, but whatever. They leave too. They want to be neutral. They don't want to be on anybody's side right now. And then, yeah, that's about it for this episode. I know it's long as shit, but there was a major war where the CSTO took some land. They also lost some alliance members in South America and in Europe. No, not in Europe. In the Middle East. They lost members in the Middle East. They gained a little bit of land over here in Eastern Europe here. They gained some land connected to Kaliningrad. Oh yeah, another treaty. So you know how Latvia and Lithuania were fighting Russia or whatever? They agreed to a peace treaty if Latvia and Lithuania remained neutral. Because clearly they're not going to join the CSTO, but they're neutral for now. Alright. Also, we're going to say that they draw a buffer zone. A buffer state in some area. Let's see, where's the good buffer state? Right over here. They draw a buffer state. That's not the right color. Right over here, they draw a buffer state. It ain't gotta be perfect. But it's supposed to be a buffer state. To buffer. Some buffering, you know. So then we have a new alliance. I know the old buffer state alliance I dismembered. But this is the new buffer state alliance. It's Latvia and Lithuania. Well, they're supposed to remain neutral, but the buffer zone is basically neutral. We're going to say Georgia remains CSTO. We're going to say Syria joins the buffer zone and Bangladesh joins the buffer zone. And Laos will stay part of that. So yeah, the buffer zone is a thing. Oh yeah, and this country here is part of the buffer zone. We don't need it to be, actually, never mind. So yeah, we got buffer zones to try to mitigate war, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's not going to completely do that, but it's also kind of like just a weird alliance that exists. Just to have it. Just to have it, you know? Just to have it. Might as well go an hour and 30 minutes for this episode. So let's have something happen to Southeast Asia. We have Cambodia and Thailand fusing together. They join willingly. And Vietnam and Laos join together. But not with China, because they don't want to be part of China. They just don't want to. But they basically fuse together under an equal party system. It's like the Southeast Soviet Union, basically, but for Vietnam and Laos, basically. Okay, there you go. And then we have this part of Thailand declaring its independence. This part of Thailand declaring its independence. This part right here. This part right here declares this independent. God damn it. This part declares its independence right here. And guess who it joins? Guess who it joins? Actually, we're gonna have Malaysia leave the CSTO. Is there not a neutral country around here? There we go. We're gonna have them leave. And they're gonna leave. They're not gonna join Malaysia. This new country won't. But it'll have good relations with Malaysia. This is what's left of Malaysia, by the way. This right here. So yeah, I guess that would be actually it for the rest of the video. We're gonna ignore those islands. They're just part of this. Okay, just you know what they're part of. Yeah, a lot happened in this video. Major war, lots of unifying, lots of annexing, a lot of stuff. Not well explained, but it's a fictional video. I can do whatever I want with this video. There you go. That's what happened. Okay. That's it. As you can see, Azerbaijan is like completely surrounded. So that might be a start of a new, or actually they might just capitulate to either be neutral or part of the CSTO. Probably neutral. Or the buffer zone. Well, no, they can't be the buffer zone. Whatever's left of Georgia and Armenia is just sad. Actually, Armenia's somewhat decent here. That should be it.